One of the biggest races being watched locally and nationally, the Senate race in Kansas, which could swing the balance of power in the chamber. Roger Marshall from El Dorado, Kansas, is the GOP winner for the Senate seat nomination. Roger Marshall was endorsed by Kansas Senator Pat Roberts, who announced he was not seeking another term this year. He was also endorsed by former Kansas Governor Jeff Collier and backed Marshall for the Senate seat. This has also been one of the most widely watched races statewide and nationwide, as it could determine the balance of power in the Senate. Marshall spoke less than an hour ago after the race was called for him. He said he's hoping all Republicans can join together for one purpose.
I've always believed in this iron sharpening iron, and boy, I tell you what, after this primary, our swords are sharp and our shields are thick. But it's going to make us stronger. It's going to make us better. What is the song? If it doesn't kill you, it'll make you better. Or one of those make you stronger.
Marshall defeated Kris Kobach in the primary. Let's get right to 41 Actions reporter Kat Reed with the Kobach campaign in Leavenworth. Kat, set the mood for us there.
Well, Kevin, a much earlier night than we were expecting. Going into this, we thought we would be waiting around a lot, especially as there were about 100,000 Republican mail-in ballots that had not yet been returned. But the results came in fast, and from the start, Marshall held a lead, one that he maintained throughout the night as more of these votes were counted. In the end, Marshall led by 11 percentage points, 37. I'm just looking at the screen over here to make sure I have the latest numbers. 38, actually, to Kobach's 27%. And Bob Hamilton's 20%. Kobach just recently spoke here at the podium. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about supporting Marshall.
I just spoke on the phone with Roger Marshall and congratulated him on a hard-fought victory, and conceded that he's won the fight, and pledged to him that I want to do everything I can to help unify the party and help him win the general election in November.
Yeah, and let's also just point out the amount of outside money that was involved in this race. That's one of the things that Kobach says he was really battling. The Senate Leadership Fund put in money for Marshall. You had the Roberts endorsement for Marshall. And then you also had the Republican Plains PAC, which spent $3.3 million against Kobach. Now, because of the way the paperwork was filed for that PAC, we do not yet know who exactly the donors are. So it'll be interesting to see some of that information come to light. But Kobach just really reiterated some of the obstacles that he had faced. You could tell that he was obviously disappointed and had expected this to be a little bit of a closer race. We asked if he plans to run again, and he said at this point he's not sure. He'll see what happens. He is refocusing his efforts now to the efforts down at the border to build a border wall. So that's what's next for Kris Kobach, and now it's Marshall against Bollier, two physicians running for the Kansas Senate. I'm live in Leavenworth. Kat Reed, 41 Action News.
All right, Kat, and on that Democratic side, Barbara Bollier won the Democratic nomination by a wide margin, too. She told us in a one-on-one interview today that she has the experience and trust from Kansans.
I'm always here to answer questions, tell people exactly what I think. That's why you have websites and the like. And you know, I've been in office for 11 years and have a very, very clear voting record. So people can look at that and go, is this woman saying who she really is?
We should also mention Republicans have held on to this seat since 1932.